What is going on, people? Welcome to the inaugural McLarenFanTV. It's finally here, people. We are finally here, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Peter on poll. I don't know why I've put one poll. That is hilarious. I need to change that ASAP. But I'm joined by my co-host. It's too early. I'm joined by my co-host, Mahad from the Pit Stop Fracker. My G, what are you saying? What are you telling me?
I'm all good, people. How are we doing? We're actually on the McLarenFanTV channel. We're going to be here for the longest, so shout outs to everybody.
This is where it's at, man. Big up to everybody that's watching right now. Big up everyone that's watching on the replay. Remember, please smash a like button on this video. Subscribe to the channel and tell a McLaren fan about this channel as well. We're here for all McLaren fans, so just remember that everything's going to be unapologetically McLaren, okay? But we're going to be discussing the Japanese Grand Prix. Before we get into that, though, my friend, what a weekend you and I had. We were honorary guests of the last lap show, basically doing the whole live watch along of the Japanese Grand Prix. We were up early doors. You know what I'm saying? Big up to Tomo and Niran, them and Alex and Louis as well. Big up to everyone behind that machine, because that's what it is. But yeah, how did you feel, man? We were putting McLarenFanTV on the map, man. How did you feel?
Yeah, it was a really good experience. I hope we entertained people that early in the morning. It was early. We started at 5:30 in the morning, the UK time. So I still had crust on my eyes. I was knackered, but it was really good to find out like how much McLaren fans were out there, and hopefully you'll subscribe and join us weekly while we drop this content for you guys.
No, absolutely. I mean, even just like, you know, like, I don't know if you've seen the videos back or some of the clips and stuff like that. Everything looked crisp, man. Everything looked really good. Like, you couldn't tell it was 5 a.m. start. You could never tell that. It looked proper good.
It is a proper studio, you know what I mean? They got the lighting right. They got me in my good looks. You get me? But
yes,
yeah, we're gonna have all the links to all the clips that have come out and so on in the description of this video as well. So if you guys check it out, subscribe to the Last Lap as well. Excellent podcast, excellent live stream. Shout outs to Tomo and Nero, man.
Absolutely, yeah. We actually, in fact, their podcast has just come out right at this time right now that we're on. So on all streaming platforms and all
we're on
podcasts, it. wherever you get your podcast from, we are on it. Now, with that being said, Mahad, my friend, the Japanese Grand Prix. You know, like after the dust settled and all the smoke cleared, I then realized we were P10 and P11. You know, like throughout the whole day, I just was like, I was on cloud nine. I was living it. I was loving it large. And then I came home that night. I started to look at where we were because I saw the Alpines. I see Ocon P4. I'm seeing Fernando. I think he was top 6, top 7. And of course, Alpine went back ahead of us in the constructors, hence why we're P5. How did you think the weekend went for McLaren?
Below expectations, I think. I think every weekend now the objective is to come into every race and say, okay, let's outscore Alpine here. Let's hope for a loss. I don't know if I'm lagging there, guys.
Yeah, I can see you lagging, but I don't know if that's my internet. I'm wondering if it's me or if it's. But yeah, it's a couple technicals there. You're proper slow on off the jump. we'll see if Mahad comes back. But yeah, he started off there with saying, you know, it was kind of underwhelming. We underperformed considering the weekend that we had last weekend at Singapore. Double points finish. Things were looking a bit positive. Things were looking good. You know, now all of a sudden it's like this weekend it felt like we took a step back, you know, and Norris got in the points. I mean, I say in the points, he got 1 point for McLaren at the end of the day. Danny Ricciardo just fell short of a points finish himself. But yeah, it doesn't feel like we really capitalized on what we did last weekend. And I feel like we're going to be in a yo-yo sort of situation between now and the end of the season. I think Alpine and and McLaren are going to kind of go bouncing back and forth. We'll try and get Mahad back as soon as he's able to get on. But it's going to be a sort of back and forth thing. I think we'll be fourth maybe one weekend, then it will be fifth, and it's just a case of where do we end come the last race weekend. Abu Dhabi, hopefully we're still in the fight for fourth. And if we are, that will be tremendous. And so let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember, we're here for all McLaren fans, all Formula One fans. Anything you have to say, we are going to be posting up. We're going to be talking about it and responding to your comments. But yeah, so we could talk about the qualifying for the Japanese Grand Prix. First of all, great to have Japan back on the circuit, on the grid, in the calendar. We hadn't been there since 2019, and 2019 was a bit of it feels like forever. Mr. Valtteri Bottas winning that one. But in terms of qualifying, for example, this weekend, it was a bit hit and miss again. I'm seeing my man like Danny Rick out in Q2. Seemed typical. However, in Q2, he was like 0.2 off Lando Norris's sort of times. So the McLarens weren't particularly fast, if we're honest. But Lando Norris got into the top 10 and qualified 10th. Ricciardo qualified 11th. So where we basically started the race is where we ended up finishing. So it's been a tricky weekend, if you will. It's not been the easiest. Sort of weekend. Qualifying was tough, and yeah, we have to sort of march on. But it's just not been the easiest. Practice was scary hours, and now into quali as well. Mahad has joined us back. I take it where Woking hasn't sorted out its internet issues down at McLaren HQ. You know what I'm saying?
It's a nightmare, bro, man. I'm on the mobile right now. This has never happened in my life. This is ridiculous. Well, apologies, everybody. But yeah, where was you just? What was you just speaking about? Sorry,
just touching. Just touching on qualifying, really, just talking about how much of a mixed bag kind of the weekend was in terms of where we came from at Singapore to where we were coming on to here now. And it's a bit like, we were I thought we had some good momentum, and then all of a sudden it seemed to have sort of died down a little bit. And it's just not been an easy one for the boys. P10, P11 was the qualifying, and that's how we finished in the race as well, ironically.
Yeah, I just think, just in general, I think Daniel was he was on pace in quali. He was quite close to Lando. He was really unlucky to not make it into Q3. But like you said, I feel like we didn't have that momentum. We thought we had that momentum from Singapore to go into the Japanese Grand Prix, and I thought the car would be suited to this track as well. It just didn't seem like we were firing on all cylinders. And then when it came to the actual race itself, Daniel made a really good start and jumped into the top 10, and Lando was bogged down and dropped all the way to like P13, P14, I think. Yeah. And it was just a really weird weekend. It turns out that I think Lando was unwell. So that kind of
I saw the tweet you put on the channel on the McLarenFanTV channel where Rafa Benitez boy packing up. I was dying laughing watching that, because I was like, yeah, man, at least we got something to hang on. You know what I mean? We got a little excuse.
Honestly, because I was gonna say in that race he had a howler, because how long we're on this live stream with Tomo and that. We got all the cameras on us and everything like that. But I don't want to lose my mind saying, why the hell is Norris not being able to overtake Latifi right now? And he's dropping off time.
Yeah.
So for me to hear, okay, he was unwell and had issues, that's fine. To me, he gets a blank. He don't have stinkers.
So no, he doesn't normally.
He must have been sitting there in the rain for too long. You know what I'm saying?
Something, that's exactly it. It's throughout the race weekend, throughout the live stream, I'm not taking into account what is actually going on with McLaren, because it was just like, it was a weird day overall. There was so much drama that happened in that race, where it was like, we were constantly back and forth with different teams, different drivers, talking different subjects. And then when I look at my phone and I'm like, what do you mean he's behind Latifi? Both of our guys are. How's Latifi and Vettel and both Alpines? They're finishing ahead of our guys? What's going on here? So especially if we want to be serious about this top 4 race, you know, it's we need to pull our fingers out. So it's weird. I mean, big up to Danny, big up to everybody that's coming onto this channel right now. We thank you for joining us. Smash the like button, please do that, and subscribe to the channel, and tell a McLaren fan about this situation that we are doing. Daniel Montiero says, I'm hearing echo settings. Who's this Don over here? Is there an imposter, bro? Is there...
You're about to see some magic.
Oh, the biggest magic ever. Jeez. Okay. Here we go. Daniel Montiero says, I wonder if Singapore is the last upgrade for MCL. What do we reckon?
Yeah, it is. I think everything that happens now is based just kind of experiment mode to kind of build a platform and get an understanding for next year. There's not going to be any kind of regulation type changes that's like significant for next year. I think maybe a little bit with the ride height, a little bit, I don't know. But in reality, whatever we're doing now is trying to get an understanding of these ground effect cars and moving forward with it. So obviously there's a cost cap. I don't know, some other teams know about that, but McLaren know about that. Yeah. So we can't just be bringing upgrades. I think this will be the last upgrade for the year, Daniel.
Yeah.
And I really thought the car would suit this track, but they kind of weathered through out of the way. The whole delay of the red flag. It was just a bit of a really strange weekend, and we just don't have the pace. And I think if that was our last upgrade, we don't have the pace to catch Alpine, unless we're preying on Alpine's mistakes right now.
That's exactly what I was thinking. You know, both Alpines have to DNF. We need DNFs central for those Alpines because, yeah, if both cars finish in terms of the Alpines, if they finish, that's it. They will be P4 come the end of the season. There's 4 races to go.
100%.
I have a feeling it's gonna go back and forth. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a bit blatant that we're not quicker than them. Alpine's chatting to Mercedes, man. Like literally chatting to Mercedes. If you saw Ocon's performance. So yeah, and in quali, Ocon out-qualified both Mercs, and Alonso qualified one of the Mercs. And Alonso was rapid in that race. The man boxed for Inters and basically got back to where he was. He was on a drag strip line with Vettel.
Alonso
Think about how fast that is. Think about how fast that is. He was ahead of, I think he was battling with Vettel. Then he pitted for Inters and got back to Vettel by the last lap.
Yeah.
So that shows the pace that car's got. And I kind of wish we had that type of pace, but we're going to have to just hope on reliability right now, guys.
We got a hope on reliability. So to answer Daniel's question, we think that is the last. Elliot, big up yourself. Thanks for joining us on here. Elliot Crossan says, give Lewis his 2021 title back. They cannot let
Hey, Stafford. Yeah, I like that name.
I like that. That's heavy. Get away with this. You know what I'm saying? Another title where Verstappen again it's like he did nothing. You know him once, and yeah, he's in the mud with all this.
If you want a title, Max, if you want a team that doesn't put you in dodgy circumstances, come through. Come through. You know what I mean?
Well, Oscar has to hold a year. Yeah, he has to hold that.
Oscar reserve role still. I've got Max Verstappen there. I'm not gonna lie, guys.
Yeah, Oscar wear orange. You know what I'm saying? I like it. It's a perfect fit. Montiero says, "What's your take on Red Bull cost cap breach?" Yo, when the news busts, yeah. Obviously minor in it. They say 5%, bro. 5% is bare P though. Like, what's going on?
5% it could be 7 mil. That's mad.
That's wild. £7 million is whatever euros. Whatever. That is huge. So that's my first question. If 5% is 7 mil, we need to have another conversation. We need to have a separate conversation before we get into finding Red Bull and seeing what happens. What do you think will happen with it, though? What do you think is going to happen?
I just think,
what does your gut tell you? Like, what are you saying?
Okay, my gut, yeah. I forgot to speak English just then. In the fairness of rules, you know what I mean? And considering the other teams were compliant, they should have a heavy point deduction. You need to hold that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I lived through McLaren getting fined $100 million and getting excluded from the constructors, even though we were winning it by a mile. We got excluded from the instructors.
I remember we kept our points, the drivers' points that year, and people were livid. People were livid that we even kept our drivers' points. Like, we just about held on to that.
No. Do you know why? Listen, conspiracy corner mad here. I'm not gonna lie to you. If Lewis won the title or Alonso won the title that year, they would have stripped him of the title.
You think so? Yeah.
Yeah, because how can you kick a team out of the constructors but not the driver? How does that make sense? They were like, who was running it then? Max Mosley. Mosley was like, Mosley was like, thank God they didn't win that title and they were squabbling each other because now we don't need to make a decision. Because if Alonso or Verstappen actually won, if Alonso or Hamilton actually won that championship, they would have stripped the championship of him. So he didn't really need to make a decision. He said, it's Kimi, give it to him. So I think there should be a strong punishment. I'm not going to lie to you. Is it going to happen though? No, because I don't think those regulations can hold up in a court of law. Because you said there's rules.
The regulations
you said there's rules on the cost cap and so on, but you're not even specified punishments. You can't put the punishment enforcement action retrospectively. That doesn't work. You're supposed to put the rules, then people abide by those rules or break those rules, and then you go to you are punished X, you could put punished Y. You can't build the punishment way after the line. So even what they're doing now is incompetent in the first place. So in reality, okay, what I would want Red Bull to be fined big boy money, like 100 M's, and kicked out the constructors, no bread there. Losing wind tunnel time, because at the end of the day, the way you can hurt Red Bull is by making their car whack, and you can make their car whack by reducing their wind tunnel time, CFD time, hurting their pockets, making everybody have a cost cap of maybe 145 million, but their cost cap is 100 million, so they have to spend 45 million less than everybody else. So that kind of wherever they are now, because obviously they're right up here, it'll have to bring them down. There's no way you can't save everything. If they have to say, we can't pay Newey's wages no more, guess what? Come back to Woking, lad.
On your bike, son. Come over here. Off we go. I mean, because I'm not hearing you name the drivers' championship here, and so I'm guessing you're taking it as leave the drivers alone. Max keeps his title, but Red Bull as a team gets hurt. Where am I getting that right from you?
Okay, I would say. From my opinion of what the sport should be like, is the person should lose their title. So because they should get, if you're going to deduct points from constructors, you need to deduct points from the drivers, right? Okay. But from what I've experienced in Formula One, since watching it since a child, and me knowing the history of Formula One, when is a man being taken his title off him 10 months later? That's not happening. Yeah, no. That's not happening. That doesn't happen in other sports.
Well, it's Juventus.
Oh yeah, Juventus, but they were doing a Mazine.
I mean,
and they got relegated to Serie C. They were fixing multiple matches.
Oh, outrageous behavior! But they still claim the title, whereas Serie A don't give them the title, but they have no shame.
Claim it.
They claim the title.
Written.
Yeah, it's 38 titles. They've got it on their thing, and I'm like, yo, you man.
They will never touch. They will never. And the thing is, the reason why they don't tend to touch constructors is touch drivers championships, because the driver, he's not building the car, bro. Max Verstappen is not out here submitting the books. So how is it his fault? So even if I would have been so upset if Lewis Hamilton or Alonso won in 2007. And then they took the title off them, because I was like, what's it got to do with them, man? They weren't having Ferrari designs in a photocopy shop.
No, it weren't them.
They're not building a car.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, boy. Shout out to the KBQ14 says, facts, they never touched the Drivers' Championship. Always the constructors. Daniel,
the team. You got to bully the team.
Daniel says, my proposal, no preseason testing for Red Bull. That's a fantastic shout. In my opinion. I think that's brilliant. Crazy. No. Do you know how sick that is?
What the car they will come with would stink. They'll be doing preseason testing the first 4 races.
Exactly. But listen, Max Verstappen was 40 points behind Charles Leclerc after Australia. He won the title this year. Before the season's finished, there are 4 races to go. and the guy won the title in 18 races after that Australian Grand Prix, and you know he won 12 races this season out of 18 himself. Like at the end of the day, like because I kind of don't want to see. I know I get it. They've cheated, right? I get it, and it's a case of like let's diminish their hopes for next year. But I don't want to have a handicapped Red Bull next year. I would just rather like they be banned for like 5 or 10 races and then bring them back, type of thing.
That's crazy. Wait. So they're not allowed to. They rock up in Monaco. They've not done any races or something like that. They just rock up.
Literally, with what Daniel's saying, Daniel's open mind. It's a can of worms what he's open there, but he's open my mind to something. Like no preseason testing is a fantastic punishment. But I would even say ban them the first 5 races. We've got 24 races next year. Ban them the first 5.
18 cars on the grid.
Up until Monaco, blood. You know what
it's radical.
No, George, you're saying it's crazy. You're saying it's radical. Think about this, blood. Stripping man off a title is wild. Especially when you think something is bad 10 months down the line. Not like you thought it was bad at the time and you've been deliberating it all this time. And it would never take you 10 months. Look how quick they told us that Max Verstappen was champion when nobody even knew what the rules were anymore.
Look how quick they gave.
Look how fast they gave that. You know what I'm saying? They gave him the 5-second bang straight away. He barely finished the lap. He was already 5 seconds. He's already hit the 5-second penalty, right?
Man's going back into the pit lane. He's got the 5 seconds on his head.
Man's not even man didn't even park at number 2 just by accident. He parked at 3 at Parc Fermé. So you look at how fast. That's how you know these guys are frauds, blood. The FIA are friggin' frauds because they could do the job if they were competent enough, but they're definitely not competent enough. Listen, stripping man off a title is wild, blood. Like it's wild.
I've never seen it in Formula One, so I have to just put, and that's like every single iteration of the FIA and Formula One who's leading Formula One. I've never ever seen that happen. Why would it happen now? Regardless of, and we've seen absolutely horrendous, dodgy cheating in the past, like crazy. This new generation don't even know what's been going on in the past, like crazy stuff. This is man breaking a cost cap. That's minor compared to what happened.
Oh, it's minor. What's happened in the past?
But I feel like severe financial penalties, reduction in wind tunnel time, CFD, banning preseason testing for them. Maybe making 2 races they can't come in. There is no way. If they do all of that, yeah, and the other teams can't be putting in a title challenge or catching up with Red Bull or beating Red Bull consistently, they're just incompetent. I'm sorry. You've literally tied 2 hands behind Red Bull's back, and they can't do anything for that car whatsoever. And they've given you time to close that gap. And if Red Bull still win the title, that's on your own, man.
Bro, they have to do something. Like, you know, like I don't think they'll strip the title because stripping the title, I think it's just too crazy for them to do. I don't think they'll do that, but they have to do something drastic. They're gonna, and I genuinely think, right? I know the fact that they worded it minor is very, very is worrying me a little bit because I was a bit like, well, okay, what's gonna happen? And also, by the way, Aston Martin are in this pile. Theirs is slightly different, but they're also in this mess, and it will be interesting to see who gets the harsher punishment of the two. I swear, if Aston Martin get a bigger punishment than Red Bull, oh my God. For F1 Twitter,
they won't.
Mate, I'm just saying, innit? I wonder who, because you know, like the punishment could be less, but it could hurt Aston Martin more than it hurts Red Bull. Does that make sense? On ratio, it doesn't hurt them as much. It's mate, it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild.
Yeah, but I keep getting this term. What is it? If they breach by 7 million, yeah, that's like 4 upgrades, man.
Comfortable.
They don't have them upgrades. Did they even win the title? No, they don't.
No, they don't. Of course they don't. Hamilton is your champion still. Do you know the ones? Like he's your champion.
They don't bring in upgrades every single race.
All they just said, bun it, blood. We got to throw the bag at
this. No, but okay. Let me tell you this. If I'm not a lawyer, guys. I'm as credible a lawyer as the lawyer in The Simpsons, yeah? I'm not credible, yeah? But if I see it as someone's put some rules out about the cost cap, but they've not specified exactly what these punishments are for breaking. If you go over 1 million, this will happen. If you go over 2 million, this will happen. They haven't specified that. I'm not gonna lie to you, break the cost cap, because I'm gonna be like, what are you gonna do about it? And that's what Red Bull probably did. They probably said, what are you man gonna do about it? You haven't even put this. If they put down 1 million and you lose 25 driver points in the regulations in the beginning of 2021, I guarantee Red Bull doesn't breach the cost cap. Because they didn't specify what the exact punishment is for each and the amounts equal to what the punishment would be, that's why they broke it.
Is it discretion's FC?
Imagine you got a parking ticket.
Yeah. I've had several.
Yeah, several parking tickets. You put a parking ticket there. You know that you're gonna get, I don't know, £70, £140 fine, whatever.
Yeah.
Just the norm. And they state it on their website, this is what you're gonna get. If you don't know what the fine is gonna be, it could be £1. It could be for £10, whatever. And you're in a rush.
Yeah.
You're just gonna be like, F it, I'm gonna park it. This is the mentality. I'm just gonna park it because look, if I'm late for work or something like that, you have to do the checks and balances, and the fine is only £2. I'm gonna park there.
I've seen Donnies drive on the bus lane. You know, it says anytime. Man can't go in the bus lane at all. I've seen Dons just leave behind me because they're frustrated. I can see the anger behind me in my rearview mirror, and they've just said, "Bun it." You know that 8:30 traffic. You still got 40 minutes to get to work, and they just say, "Bun it. We got to get out of here." I've seen people take that hit for the sake of it. I think you're absolutely right. Elliot here says Lewis lost the title because Red Bull cheated. Lewis does not deserve to have his 8th title stolen again because Max had an unfair advantage. They have to touch the drivers' championship.
But is it, Elliot? I put to you: is it fair for Max to lose his title? What did Max do? Max didn't build the car. I can understand. Okay, let me say this. Yeah. Lewis was cheated out. Red Bull cheated him out of the title because Red Bull cheated and Mercedes did not cheat. But what Max's employers did, why should that affect him?
Because he benefited from them.
If Mercedes cheated, like I just said before, yeah, in 2007, yeah, if Lewis Hamilton won the title, but McLaren cheated and then they stripped him of the title, what's that got to do with Lewis Hamilton? I would have been fuming for Lewis. I'd be like, they took your title off you.
Do you know what though?
Because the team cheated.
I totally hear you, but do you not think the drivers are part of it? You don't think they don't know?
That's the thing.
That's the problem.
Do you know?
I think they know. I think in Formula One and the drivers, I think they know. I think I understand what you're saying. Say you work at M&S, right? And M&S has done the wickedest thing, right? And they need to get sent down hard.
They got slavery midgets in the warehouse,
right? For example, yeah.
You didn't know about it.
But if you're the cashier at frigging Clapham North, what are you getting done for? You know what I'm saying? You have not heard a Scooby of what's going on, and that's fair. But I think the drivers know.
No. But the thing is, it's really about what the relationship is. If Max is an employee, why would you punish the employee for the company's problem? If I'm an employee of a company and my the bosses have done some madness and got a fine from the government, why should me as an employee be challenged for that?
Sure.
I don't know. It's an ethical thing. Elliot, it's an ethical thing. Discuss it. Let me know what you think, man. Elliot.
Yeah, let's discuss this comment. It's a brilliant one. Let's go through all these comments. You guys have been posting. Thank you guys for coming along. It's difficult because obviously our channel is not necessarily /McLarenFanTV yet. If we get to 100 subscribers, we can change the URL. Easy for us to be found, right?
Get us to 100.
Get us to 100 subs ASAP. Do smash a like on this video as well. We are here, people, every Tuesday post-race weekend, talking that talk. Trevor says, great seeing you guys on the last lap. Again, big up to Tomo, big up to Niran, big up to Alex, Louis, big up to Dons for hooking us up, for bringing us on. Man. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to put McLarenFanTV on the map, so big up themselves, man. Honestly, 100%. Daniel's going on about the race, which we should be talking about as well, which we can still continue with that cost cap conversation because it's a major topic. But Daniel says the Inter undercut was such a missed opportunity. I must admit, bruv, it was like I did not expect those Inters to work effectively as they did. I was surprised. Who did it first? Was it
Latifi and Vettel.
Latifi and Vettel, right? So they've jumped in, they've gone for it, and we were looking at the times like, holy smokes, fastest lap, 5 seconds quicker, 7 seconds quicker, and then it was like, okay, then everybody followed suit. Mick Schumacher, however, hanging on to them wets.
Howler. Hey, Hassel, joke, man. I felt sorry for Mick, man. Hassel, a joke.
You know what? Hassel are a dead thing. But you're right, though, man. It's a missed opportunity for sure. Hey, man said, hold that.
Do you know why? Because this is Kwame. He's an Alpine fan. Joke,
Team man. Alpine, I know. I was thinking it was Team Alpine over here. Would Ron Dennis, if he was in charge, would he have gone over the cost cap? 1,000%. Is that a question? Man? Huh? Ron Dennis, if he was in charge.
Man, are you crazy? Nobody would care about Red Bull right now if this was Ron Dennis in a cost cap. Ron Dennis would have had like 18 million investors.
You know the ones.
Crazy. We'd have like a jet ship, man.
He would have had
the car would have been unreliable, but it would have been fast as hell.
Blood, he would have had OJ Simpson's lawyer on fleek, ready for the war, because there's no way he's not dodging that cap. Of course not. Lewis got disqualified for 0.02 millimeters in Brazil. Max cannot keep this title. Elliot is adamant, bruv. Max can't keep this title as far as Elliot is concerned. I reckon
there's no precedent for removing a title. There's absolutely zero precedent. That's the only problem that with me. I agree that he should lose the title. I agree that he should lose the title, but there's no precedence for it, bro.
Could this year be the year, man?
When does the FIA ever make a decision without precedence? That's all they use to make any decision.
Yeah, the FIA are fast though. Oh my god. I reckon they told McLaren to lose on purpose in 2007 for the show. Lewis got screwed by weird mistakes in China and Brazil. I mean, we just couldn't have Alonso and Hamilton get along, man. If only they just got along. I mean, Raikkonen picking up the title that year. The thing is, yeah, like I watched Raikkonen lifting that title and he's smiling. I think he did not deserve this title, bruv. Like I saw an image of him recently, of him lifting that title again. And I just look at him like, you slippery guy, bruv.
2006, 2007, you have never seen a team with the FIA as much as McLaren.
What?
The FIA had the biggest agenda against McLaren ever in those years.
I wonder how many man got paid.
Max Mosley was beefing Ron Dennis. That man were not talking. They were beefing.
They were absolutely at war.
So no wonder why FIA just decided, let's just drop that 100 million on their top.
Exactly. No, it's true, man. Big up Nathan. Thank you for joining us across the channel. My weekend was great. Liverpool in a spliff. Yeah, done no. And Gasly free from the Harvey penitentiary. Pierre Gasly moving to Alpine. What's your thoughts, man?
Yeah, it's a good move. He's out of those kind of junior seats now, so we can really see what he's about now, because
you think we're gonna get gangster Gasly, bro? I have a feeling we're gonna get gangster Brazil.
The first time he was at a top team or near a top team, he was absolutely meaty. So he's got a lot to prove right now.
He's got a lot to prove.
But we'll see what happens, man. Let put up Elliot's last comment.
The last one.
Yeah.
Last. Let's see.
Elliot, let me make this abundantly clear. Yeah. Let me make this abundantly clear. Ross Brawn has never stuck to his word in his entire history of anything in Formula One. Ross Brawn, we can't be believing on Ross Brawn now.
Bro, I've just read this
right now because you know the history of Ross Brawn. Come on, let's be serious right now.
I've just read this comment now. I'm thinking, wait a damn minute, Ross Brawn? Is that what your defense is, Your Honor? Is that your defense?
Who believes what Ross Brawn's got to say about anything?
Not a thing.
About anything.
Not a thing. No chance.
I don't want to say too much, but
yeah.
We're in big trouble. Jose Mourinho vibes. If I speak, we're big trouble.
We want to stay on YouTube, bro. We want to stay alive on this. Flipping hell, Ross Brawn, Nathan says Ferrari fans are jokes. That man are doing Pythagoras and quadrilaterals now. Listen, Ferrari, bro, don't even deserve the title at this stage, man. Let's not even get onto it. You could say ban them from preseason testing, but pretty sure like Ferrari, they have their own custom track. I mean, yeah, of course. Man.
Like, catch them man at Silverstone, you better lock them up, bro.
Yeah,
then everybody in RB should go to jail.
They
got the Stig doing hot laps. In a random Red Bull car.
No, they're better howling. Nathan says if they ban them for 2 races, they're gonna come back with the wickedest car. I'm talking 30 seconds plus
No
pace.
way, it's impossible, man.
Bro,
It's
they
impossible,
can't,
man.
blood.
What was that
They
season? No,
can't.
there was a season. There was a season, yeah, where Ferrari were like, we're not gonna bring our car. We're not gonna. They made a car. They made a car and didn't bring the car until like mid-season. They had an upgraded car. They didn't bring it to like mid-season. They were that arrogant. They were just like, yeah, we'll drive last season's car, and then we'll bring the upgrade halfway through the year. And
oh my god,
they were. It's like you can't do that in DG. You'll be far behind. So right now they've got a gap. They're ahead of Ferrari right now, like that. Yeah, Ferrari are gonna upgrade, so they're gonna go like that. They're gonna be standing still, right?
Yep.
Let's say Ferrari gain about 4 tenths, half a second on Red Bull. Yeah. Mercedes and McLaren's like 1 second behind Red Bull right now, and Mercedes is about like half a second. Yeah. Mercedes, by the time they come out, Mercedes is going to be either matching them or be out faster than them, and Ferrari will be longer.
And there you have it.
Because in Formula One, standing still is going backwards.
Absolutely. Look at Haas. Look at the Haas last year when they said
this year. They said they ain't upgraded. Look what happened.
Well, look, bro, 2020's Haas was wasn't that 2019's car? And then 2021's car was also
2021 car was 2020. 2020 car was the 2021 car. They did not upgrade that car whatsoever.
Right.
Then they came into 2022 and said, we're not upgraded to France. We need to understand the car.
This is what we're up against. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what we are up against. Daniel says minor just is the term defined by the regulations. In regards to Aston Martin, it's just paperwork problem. Man, I'm keeping my eyes on Aston Martin. I want to see what kind of, because I think they'll get done first, and then we can see, okay, Red Bull will at least get more than this, if that makes sense. Uzair says, hi guys, how you doing? I'm currently being flamed on Twitter for a tweet I wrote about Max Verstappen in 2014. Oh dear.
What did you say, Uzair?
What have you said?
That was a long time. Well, 2014, he was at 16. What did you say it was about Max Verstappen? 16-year-old Max Verstappen. 15-year-old Max Verstappen. What did you say?
Well, I'm going to search that up in just a second. Daniel says, also, there's no way Toto and all the other team principals will let this go without Red Bull getting a draconian penalty. For real, they will be on their neck stamping, because if anybody is first on the necks of teams, it's Red Bull. I've never seen Red Bull be so on the neck of Renault and was it Racing Point? Do you remember when it was all about Racing Point and rare? I've never seen teams hungry to get Renault to get Racing Point. That was a mad thing that year. They were on it.
Every team was on it. They wanted them cooked.
I said, like CB said, take that risk. It's a CB.
Take that risk. That's what I'm saying. If there's
Northwest,
there's no real punishment for the cost cap, take that risk, man. I wish we took that risk. Let me not lie. I was like,
yeah,
smart, man.
Elliot says Max benefited from cheating. Lewis deserves the title more than Max because Lewis won it within the rules. It's harsh on Max, but Lewis being robbed is harsher.
Harsh is harsh.
Harsh. There's no levels. It's just it's one across the board.
No, I'm not disagreeing with Elliot. I think he should lose the title, but where are we gonna go from here, bro? It's not gonna happen, man. Let's be realistic here. And Ross Bourne's been known. Let me not speak.
Let's see.
Let me not speak. Let me speak.
Driver line.
You're a man of history, you know.
Oh, do you know what? Yeah, I see the tweet now. I see the tweet. So there's a.
Why are you laughing?
It's funny. To be fair, so AlphaTauri, which was then Toro Rosso at the time, put our 2015 driver lineup was Danny Kvyat and Max Verstappen. We want to thank Jean-Eric Verne for all his hard work. Yeah, so they announced a new driver lineup. So Uzes come on and said, this is just stupid. Hiring a 16-year-old who doesn't have a driving license. I mean, bro, you getting cooked is mad for this stuff.
That's a howler, man. That's a howler there, man.
It's the howler, but come on. Think about it, bro. Imagine a 16-year-old jumps on the thing with no license.
He said he was 14 at the time. You just hating, man.
Oh,
in my defense, 2 years older than me getting a driving Formula One.
Oh, it's too funny. Man said, in my defense, I was 14, bro, when I said that. No, but I'm with him though. Could you imagine, bro? Yeah, someone comes, let's say a 15-year-old jumps onto the racing circuit now with no license, bro.
Yeah, that's
what.
Please get a driver's license.
He hasn't got a license, bro. What are we talking about?
What's that moped license? CBT. He ain't got that.
There was CBT, you know. Them men were getting that in the ends, bro. What are you mad? Okay. Neighbor says, if you're talking 2021 away, if you're taking 2021 away, fine. But this year, no blame Merc for designing a effing dumpster juice of a car.
It's not about this year, though. It's not about this year. They had
it's about last year.
They decided to come in with your Mike Elliott's and your James Ellisons to new regs. Boy,
and the thing is, here's the thing: Mercedes are 200,000 a year salary away from fixing their problem. They're just being stubborn. I know I know, bruv, 200 grand a year.
Salary's in the cost cap, no?
I mean, still 200k. Throw it on.
Do you know what I found out today? I found out that Red Bull hire Newey as a consultant, so it's not under the cost cap.
That's a mad. Do you know why? Because could you imagine that wage bill? That wage bill, bruv. Newey gets paid more than the drivers, but that wage bill is gonna be mad.
He's got a bank account in Aruba, and they send the money there because they got Cayman's accounts.
I don't know if you watched there was an episode on the last lap where there's one Don from Red Bull who was there, and like he was sort of like I think he was working with Red Bull at the time, and they were talking about Pierre Gasly and Adrian Newey, and apparently like Gasly kind of popped off at Newey, and that's when the writing was on the wall. He tried to stick it on Newey for the car.
Listen,
is Gasly all right?
I don't think people understand. Newey runs Red Bull. Newey holds a more senior position than both Helmut Marko and Horner. You think I'm joking as well? He absolutely runs things. The only reason the whole McLaren situation broke up is because he kept on butting heads with Ron Dennis.
Imagine.
But Red Bull was like, yeah, you can do what you want here. You can run things.
And you imagine when he joined, the kind of circus clown Red Bull were. Have free reign.
Bro, they were on the other side of the on the paddock playing EDM. All his on music, bro. Out there, cuz. They were a serious team back then. I didn't even call them Red Bull. What did I used to call them? I used to call them Jaguar. I didn't even call them. Respect it. 2005, I didn't respect them. I said, yeah, that's Jaguar out there, man.
Daniel said, didn't know Newey had a catering service. And then neighbor said, only man Newey isn't at levels above in Red Bull is Matisic. But I'll debate that if I'm honest. But I'll even.
He might be running him. He might be running the drinks.
That's just because he pays his wage. Nah, I feel you, man. Just because he pays his wage. Elliot says F1 is a team sport. You cannot separate, man. This guy is upset with this situation. F1 is a team sport. You cannot separate the driver from the team. We win and lose together. That's why Lewis was disqualified from Brazil quali because of the team's error. Listen, something has to give.
Yeah, I get that point.
You know, something has to give. And Elliot, it could happen this time for the first time that we see the driver get punished big time for a howler like this. Bring back the 2013 tire set. It was goated. What are we talking about? The ultra soft, super softs, the pink and purple tires. Is he talking about them at that time?
No. What's 2013 tire?
13. I swear it was all the colors. Why are you testing
my memory like this, man?
I could have sworn it was all the colors. Big man thing. I saw someone today wear Haas merch. I wanted to punch him up.
Why you want to punch off a man wearing Haas? Leave him alone, man. I saw a guy at train station 2 days ago. No, on Saturday, and he was fully decked out in Alpine gear. That thing. Alpine, I'm not gonna lie, their jacket is cool.
You know what thing? Have you ever had Rich Energy before? Have you had this drink?
No.
Blood, I swear that
I've seen it in the shop. No, tell a lie. I've had it. It's all right. I'm not gonna lie.
The story.
I had it in the newsagents. I got it in the newsagents in Brixton. Random newsagents.
There's it's so, you know, so weird, bro. This morning I woke up on my way to work and I was thinking of like content ideas to do on my other channel. And I was like, yeah, let's talk about Haas. I just thought, let me talk about Haas. I've gone through Haas's history. Blood, this is one of the most circus run teams in the world. But because we like Gunter, people don't give them the abuse that they deserve. They deserve all the this team is a joke, blood. This team is actually a joke thing. Like when you consider like everything they've gone through. I mean, I don't want to make this into a hash show. I'll make a video on it. But these men are clowns, blood.
No.
Are clowns.
Do you know what kind of pisses me off about Alpine, about Haas, yeah? And it really, really annoys me is when teams are not serious. They have no plan. They have no plan, and they have no ambition of saying we want to get to the front of the grid. At least Aston Martin are like, Lawrence Stroll got in there and says we're gonna do X, Y, Z, and by this year we're gonna be here. Yeah, Haas has no intention of doing that whatsoever. Yet they have a refusal to sell their team to Andretti, which is actual serious racing organization,
serious dough as well.
That collects dubs in IndyCar, heritage team that would actually invest a lot of money and time to actually get towards the front of the grid. Haas are just here. I feel like they should force the sale of Haas like Donald Sterling. They need to get this team out of it because they're taking up the spot.
Mauritia did not die for this. It did not die for this. It can't have died for this. Oh, honestly, Haas are a joke thing, bro. Their history is outrageous. When you watch that early episodes of Drive to Survive, like season 1 and 2, pit stops.
Drive to Survive saving them.
Well, it's putting money in their account, but them pit stops where they couldn't even put a tire on properly, 2 cars in a row, 2 races in a row. Nah, man, you lot are having a stinker.
Bring Andretti, man. I'm getting mad right now. Just sell it to them, man. Jean Haas, man, go make some parts and go.
He needs to cut, blood. Yeah, just cut, man. Just cut.
Fam, he looks like he's gonna have an aneurysm every time I see him in the paddock, bro. He's stressed.
He's mad stressed, blood. And the thing is, you see the clown show, which was Rich Energy, yeah, great livery, but holy smokes, clown show. And then we get to the Mazepin thing, and you're just thinking, yo, this team does not know it doesn't know if it's coming or going, bro. I hate unserious teams with a passion. I freaking hate it. Kwame said,
I would admit if our team was unserious, yeah, but we have a plan to go forward.
Yeah,
if we didn't have a plan, I'd be even more furious.
Yeah. Oh God, if it's my team, you won't hear the end. Kwame says, man's not running Mick agenda. Respect that. Man's not running Mick agenda. Respect that.
Mick agenda. Listen, I won already. I said he won for F1. I won already, man. Come on, man. I don't need to run it anymore.
You're in that camp, yeah?
Bro, if your name is Schumacher, you're not. There's no love here.
There's no. Bro, do you know what? I'll spud you. I hate that. Because I said, you know what? Give him a year, bro. This was his rookie year, bro. Because when he had Mazepin, there was nothing going on there. If man lose the title, might as well take the Lewis 2008 title away. Man had nothing to do with Glock being an idiot and pitting, but man directed from it. This is hilarious, bro. That Glock one is hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. We read that one out there earlier. Nathan saying, trying to use Ross Brawn as a beacon of truth, you must be smoking Ciroc, blood. You know them ones. Everyone knows, bro. Ross Brawn, Elliot come back with saying, Ross Brawn kept his word to Lewis when he said that you will win with Mercedes. He's
spitting there, you know, low-key. That was good salesman tactic right there by Ross Brawn. He took him from us. But that's more McLaren fumbling, not gonna lie.
You know them ones.
03, yeah. 03. But Ferrari was like, we'll bring the car later on. It's fine. We're cool.
Yeah, Uzair said in my defense, I was 14. Imagine my man, that one British Ford just came Formula One. British Formula 4.
Let Hugo come through, man. Hugo. He just won the rookie title, British F4.
He did indeed.
McLaren, that's the old McLaren driver.
It's the only reason I even cared about it. It's the only reason. What, British Formula 4? What are you talking about? Nathan says, knew he got to buy a yard in Monaco money. Serious Guala. Yeah, he's got that fat check, blood. He's got that fat check. Okay, where are we? Kwame saying, and that's why I knew he sadly ain't going nowhere. He wanted free reign at McLaren and Williams, and he didn't get that. Now living life at Red Bull. And then man kept it like, because you remember Red Bull went through how many years without winning a title? They had to sit through those Mercedes years, blood. Is that 6-7 years? They had to sit through it. And then they're back and they still trusted him. Do you know what I'm saying? So fair play to them, man. There.
Fair play, man.
Fair play to them. You guys are right, but there has been no president, and I don't expect that to happen at all. But I am fuming that Lewis was I guess doubly robbed of his record for 8th title.
He's collecting 8 next year. Don't worry about it, Elliot. Just chill.
You think so? You're saying next year?
Elliot, Mercedes will be back, man.
Here's the thing. I believe it more
whatever
now.
Whatever penalty. Listen, an agreement was made in the eve of Abu Dhabi 21 with Toto Wolff and Mercedes, yeah? They are now going to cash in those checks.
They're going to cash in them checks.
Red Bull are going to be handicapped next year, guys.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're going to be, yeah.
And Ferrari are not a serious organization. If it's Ferrari goes to Mercedes, we've seen that movie already, guys. We know the ending.
Nah, can we talk about how Ferrari handed the title as well on the weekend?
No, let's talk about Leclerc. Let's talk about Leclerc. What's going on, Leclerc? This can't be the generational guy you lot are talking about. Surely not.
What about this? What about science?
Okay, let me ask you this, Peter. How many drivers that are potential world champions, generational talents, or just champions that are on the grid right now do what Leclerc did at the end of that race?
No.
Let's go through it. Does Vettel do that?
Nope.
Does Fernando Alonso do that?
Are you freaking kidding me?
Does Lewis Hamilton do that?
The gangster that he is, no.
Absolutely not. Does George Russell do that?
Not even the Russ.
Does Lando Norris do that?
Excuse me? Is that a serious question?
I genuinely believe there's so many drivers on that grid that will not do that in that situation, but he did it. And the thing is, I'm supposed to believe he's next up. I'm supposed to believe he's top 3. And people are looking at me like I'm crazy. And you're seeing evidence in 4K throughout the season. Allow it, man.
Mahad, you know, I had full confidence that Perez was finishing second in this race. I had full confidence he was finishing second. We did the predictions in the last lap. So we've got it on wax. And we both went, I think we both went for a Red Bull 1-2. At least me and Tomo did. We went for a Red Bull 1-2 because we know what can go frigging wrong does. And as soon as Perez was whispering them tires behind Leclerc, bruv, I knew time was up. Although the minutes, because obviously you don't see it in laps, you see it in minutes. And them minutes went down quick. I ain't gonna lie, they went down fast.
That was a quick 40 minutes.
It was a very fast 40 minutes. But yeah, I definitely think that there is some tax. There is some tax coming for Mercedes next year. Especially with the way 2021 ended. There are some checks to be cashed. Nathan says Red Bull are going to be clearing World Drivers' Championship and Constructors for the longest now. I don't think so next year because they're going to get hit. They're going to get hit. Imagine they get a punishment that doesn't touch next year's car. That would be mad. That could be extremely mad. I'll be amazed if it doesn't.
I don't know. Maybe they'll.
You don't think he'll touch next year's car at all?
Imagine Red Bull. Imagine Red Bull just said we're not upgrading, and the car's still sick. No pre-seasons tested. It's just exactly the same car as this year, and the car's still sick. So that means they've given you a head start. They've given all the other teams head starts, and they've not closed the gap. That would be embarrassing for Formula One.
Oh, it would be.
News just threw 360 dunks on everybody. all these designers are just they're smelling out the joint.
Oh my god! Big up to Nate, man. What's happening, G? Nah, I missed the first stream, bro. We're here, cuzzy. We're here, bro.
We're not going anywhere, bro. Rewind if you want to.
Just rewind. You know the ones there, and smash a like button and subscribe, man. Make sure, people subscribe to the channel. Man. Yeah, smash a like button on this. Let's get this channel pumping. Yeah, big pump action. Pause. Nathan says, what kills me is Haas from 2016 to 18. We're actually a solid midfield team, and they even delayed their entry to Formula One to work further on the car. Here's the thing. They didn't know what to do when they were good. They were good, and they were like, holy smokes, what do we do with this now? We weren't supposed to be good. We were supposed to be Marisha Part 2, and they ended up being frigging Jordan, and they didn't know what to do with that situation. That's the problem. Nathan says they even still hold the fastest lap at Singapore. What?
Who? Magnussen. It's got the fastest lap Singapore ever.
K-Mag 2018. I hear Bottas has the fastest lap in Suzuka ever.
Rubens Barrichello still has the fastest lap in Monza.
Sorry, no. I heard that Bottas has the fastest ever speed, has gone the fastest ever miles per hour in Formula One history. I can't remember where he achieved it, but he's got the fastest ever. He's got it the quickest ever. Hussein, big up yourself, my G. What's 12 serious teams in your opinion?
Serious teams? 12? There's only 10 on the list, brother.
Like,
I don't get my question.
If I take out the Haas, yeah, and I bring in, like, who's gone in it? Who's gone? Who's gone? That Toyota. We were talking about Toyota on the weekend. Get Toyota in there. You know what I'm saying? That's a serious team. They're serious enough anyway. So we can get Haas the hell out of here. I don't know. Alfa Romeo or Williams, does one of them have to go, or can they both remain? AlphaTauri's not serious, in my opinion.
No.
Unless they become their own. Unless they become really their own.
Okay. So AlphaTauri are not serious. AlphaTauri are for sale, guys. So whoever buys that team will be a serious team. So that's why I'm not really dubbing on AlphaTauri. Sauber, they're with Audi now. They're gonna be serious. Tell you that now. People should be scared.
Yeah, it's about because the time was ticking for them. If it hadn't been already,
I think when it comes to unseriousness, it's gonna be between Williams and Haas right now. Williams are not serious. Come on, man. Be serious, man.
But I believe in Josh Capito,
You're not serious. We had Josh Capito as our team principal. Do you not remember these days? And then Moran got sacked. Come on, man. They got dashed out the team, man.
He's a 2-time rally world champion, man. Let me tell you, he's won two titles, man. In terms of like as a team like principal or whatever his job was there.
Do you remember when he was our team principal?
Do you know what? Why have I forgotten that? That is a memory I don't want to remember.
3 months. Was it 3 months? I think.
I don't want to remember.
The last days of Ron Dennis.
The last days of Ron Dennis. Hey, there were some dark days, blood. We've had some dark.
Everybody was talking about obviously the catering thing with Red Bull. Then someone brought up the whole Fredo thing with McLaren, where we gave our stuff Fredo.
Man, are cooking us. You man are cooking us. Clock was behind Lewis before he tried to stay out on dry tires. What the hell? Hey, Clock was a howler.
That's dodgy. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Hey, it's mad dodgy though.
I'm eating regardless. McLaren won it.
Bro, seeing
question that situation.
Bro, seeing Massa's dad drink them tears. Yeah,
I saw the mechanic headbutt in the wall. That's the best. That's the best image in Formula One history. I don't give a damn.
Bro, I was dying. I'm not gonna lie, I was dying. Let's say I know Adrian Newey had free reign when he was sticking it on Renault from 2014 till Honda came. He was vexed. Yeah, he was vexed, man. He must have been angry for real. Man was cornering them for the longest. Hussein says, man, Lewis should have had at least 10 titles, man. McLaren weren't serious. Oh, facts. Listen, how's Montoya not got a title? How's Raikkonen not got a McLaren title? Do you know what I'm saying? We could be here till the cows come home. How Alonso hasn't got more titles?
Raikkonen should have 2 McLaren titles, minimum.
Comfortable.
Absolutely
comfortable.
Minimum.
Alonso should have won the title in 07. I mean, I know Lewis was outrageous, but flipping hell. Like, we had 2 bad boy drivers, and yet none of them won it.
I would have preferred Lewis to win, because then we could say a rookie won a title. That would be cool.
Fair dues. No, fair
in
dues.
His first season. Yeah, how crazy that is.
Mate, it's all mad. Mahad, don't bring that Mark's conspiracy.
I'm bringing that. Where's Marks, man? Where's he? He should be in the crowd, bro. That's my brother.
Where he at? I big up everyone that's watching right now. Smash the like button. We've reached the hour mark, or nearly to the hour mark, so we're going to be wrapping up soon. Daniel says Mercedes 2023 season will be season defining, in my opinion.
100%.
They've got to get it right. They have to get it right.
It's the equivalent of McLaren season in 2024. That's our defining season. Their season defining next season. They need to be winning races. They're not.
By the way,
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Let me be totally honest with you. If Mercedes ain't winning races in 2023, they're damn not sure they're not winning in 2024. It might be done.
Wow. Guys, we're talking far too much about other things than McLaren. I don't understand this. This is the inaugural live stream, and I've been hearing Red Bull talk. I've been hearing friggin' Mercedes talk. We've got Ferrari talk. You know what I'm saying? We've been having all the random ones, right? We need to be talking about our boys. Hope you're right about 2023. Mahad, 9th title for Lewis. And then look at that straight. I said 9th title for Lewis, you know. He's still holding on.
No, he should have won. He should have won 2010 as well. I'm not gonna lie, we fucked up, McLaren.
What about 2012?
2012.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 2012.
Look, 6 races left. McLaren, Hamilton was in the lead of the championship in 2010.
Allow me.
I was watching a review of that a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, come on, man.
Yeah, I want to watch that season again, but I don't think I'm ready for the pain. I don't think I'm ready. Uzair says, I still think Leclerc is a great driver, let down by the team. He's maybe not max level, but he's top 3 in my opinion. He needs to lose the bozo gene though. I mean, he's cost himself the title too.
You know
what I'm saying?
There. Why is Why is Leclerc better than Russell and Norris? Tell me. Put in the chat. I need to know.
And why Sergio Perez P2?
Because those two individuals have less mozo gene than Leclerc.
Yeah,
without a shadow of a doubt.
It's a good question. Hussein says Mercedes pace was in the mud. Are they restricting performance, or is that for the power unit? For that power unit, hasn't been strong. Look at all the Mercedes teams: Aston Martin, Williams, McLaren, Mercedes, all something in common: underperforming. All of them have that in common. So the engine has a lot to blame with. By the way, the engine is one of them.
No one's gonna speak about it, but
the engine hasn't been right. Daniel says Red Bull have to update the car though. 2022's car will be illegal in 2023, so they've got to take some things out. If anything, they're just gonna take some stuff out.
Let's take pieces out like a Jenga or something. Just
that's enough. That will do. Do you know what I mean? Nathan says, big man team, even the scrub markers like Caterham and Virgin HRT knew their level on the grid. Nah, you know what I'm saying? Has to bounce, man. I'm sorry. Rubinho's in the building.
Where's this brother come from? Because remember when Ferrari were winning, he was about.
He was all over the gaff, blood. Did you see the man? Did you see it, blood? My tangerines, he says. Well, go on, Mr. Ferrari hater. And my guy Mahad, the brothers in arms, finishing 10th and 11th.
That's bio, man.
Danny Rick saying he won't be there next season. I blame Pete. In terms of Ferrari, thoughts are always. Listen, blood. Your team's in the mud, fam, because at the end of the day, Sergio Perez and Max Verstappen lead the championship 1 and 2, blood. Like Leclerc's third in the championship now. Not even so in a 2-horse race, Leclerc's finishing third. Yeah, is he Tottenham Hotspur? Is that what he is? Is that what he is?
Wait. Is Perez higher than the standing right now?
Check your stats, bro. 1 point ahead. 1 point ahead, my friend.
I have to put a tweet out still. Can't like you guys.
Where is the tweet, blood? I've not seen the tweet.
Because I put that. Hey, guess what? I'm not gonna lie to you. Do you remember last year when it was a little battle between McLaren and Ferrari? Where did Leclerc finish in that race? He finished below Sainz. He finished behind Norris. He was third in that race.
Listen, you don't think I'm playing games, blood. You don't think I'm playing games. I see Sainz is behind Russell. What? What's going on, bro?
Yeah,
what's going on?
Come on, man. Let's have a serious discussion. I'm not even going to talk about Lando. Tell me why Leclerc is better than Russell. Tell me.
Hey, Charles, yeah? Charles, is that what we're saying? I said we need them mans crashing into one another like they used to in turn 1. Oh, flip me, man. Oh, it's hilarious. Bottas did the fastest ever top speed in Mexico 2016 in the Williams. Was that in the Williams? Did I even clock that?
Yeah,
I thought it was
man.
I thought that was a Mercedes thing. You know what I heard?
I wish he did that top speed. I wish he did that top speed on the first lap of Mexico last year. Bottas, he wasn't defending that. He wasn't defending that. He wasn't doing nothing.
Yo, Bottas turned savage last year. Just said, I ain't backing Lewis. Bun this, man. I'm rolling, blood. I'm out of here. Is Honda a serious team? Ford? Man said Ford, you know. I remember Ford, blood. When they come with that white livery, blood, they had to get the heck out of here quick. Honda, oh man, Honda should have been serious, to be fair. Red Bull should sell AlphaTauri to Andretti.
That would be lit.
That would be lit.
That driver's lighter. That would be lit. Put some random IndyCar driver there. Put Joseph Newgarden in there.
You know, put someone in there, man. Elliot says there are only 2 serious teams, Red Bull and Mercedes. Sorry, McLaren. Hey, listen, we're on the mend, isn't it? We're on the mend, like, trust the process. You know them way there. Like, we're not quite the top 2, yeah, but we're not. Look at Renault, yeah. I mean Renault. Look at Alpine, right?
It's Mercedes,
Alpine, right?
Mercedes this year is not a serious team.
They're not serious because they could have fixed their problem comfortably. They chose
not to. The slowest pit stops in the last race just now.
Oh, was it the Mercs?
Bro, do you know what? If they did adequate pit stops, guess what? Lewis would have been.
Their double stack was probably the worst I've ever seen in my life.
Bro, them man can't lift higher, man. Hit the weight room, man. Come on, bro. What
they
you
got
look
bare
doing,
skinny utes in the pit garage, right? You see Red Bull's guys, man, bare, you know what I'm saying, bicep curl.
They gave them creatine, all that.
All the creatines in there, the protein powders in there. Back giving the pre-workout before the race. Them man are charged, them man are electric.
That's part of the cost cap. Joe Wicks. They had Joe Wicks.
Joe Wicks.
Trained these. Train Red Bull so they can change tires, fam. That's in the cost cap, bro.
Yo, this is a mad thing, man. I'm not gonna lie. Some man. Hussein says Honda became Mercedes with Brawn. Yeah,
Like, listen,
I mean,
that team.
Listen,
that team. Yeah, I was watching. This is a couple months ago. I was watching 2005. Season. Yeah.
On where? On what?
On YouTube, you can watch like
okay.
like a long extended. Like
I need that in my veins.
3 hour long.
I need to watch
3 hour long
on my veins.
And that Honda team was not serious, bro. That Honda team that became like whatever it was, and now it's Mercedes. Yeah, was it Honda? Was it actually called Honda?
Were they BAR? Was it BAR?
Yeah, BAR.
BAR were a mess, blood.
And they had Button. They had Button, and they had who's the other English guy? That's the commentator for
Davidson.
Yeah, that team.
Hey, what color was the car that time? What color was the car?
Whitish.
So, bro, they had some.
Let me do some
disturbing.
Because this is straight from memory, guys. Don't get
some disturbing liveries, man. When they had the 555,
Anthony Davidson,
yeah.
Anthony Davidson was their driver, bro. Yeah, Honda BAR. Yeah, that team stunk. That is the origins of Mercedes. Hold on, let me double check. I don't wanna. No. It was Honda. It was Honda BAR Lucky Strike. Yeah,
Lucky Strike. The 555.
That Takuma Sato and Jenson Button.
Oh,
and Anthony
that's the white one with the red circle in it and the red little gold thing as well.
With the Lucky Strike cigarettes in it.
Oh,
and Anthony Davis. There was one race. Anthony Davis and Button, both of them, their engine blew up at the same time, on the same lap. That team stunk. I saw Chauvelin on the sidelines. That team reeked, and a lot of the people that were there then are there now.
Oh, swear. Say swear.
Absolute howler DNA.
Oh god!
But at least Mercedes turned it around.
Daniel says McLaren is a serious team with an unserious infrastructure. I think we're mending. We're mending, guys. We're mending the structure.
You have to understand that Ron Dennis. He's a criminal low key.
He's a criminal low key, blood.
At the time, we had the same. We had up to date wind tunnels. We had all the facilities that were in line. And then when the money started drying up, we did not upgrade any of that. And we got left behind by Red Bull, got left behind by Mercedes, got left behind by Ferrari, and we were just stagnant and didn't update our facilities whatsoever. Once that all gets updated, you'll see a more serious team. The infrastructure is not serious. We've got MTC, it's there. But why have we not got a wind tunnel at MTC?
See, he's there, yeah. Comments like this. I knew you'd love the 555 livery. I knew you would love it. The half blue, half red nonsense, right? Yuck. Lucky Strike, I think, was better. But BAR, Honda, Braun, Mercedes. There you go. That's your man is saying Mercedes have BAR DNA.
Bro, yes or no? Bro, I saw Chauvelin on the side, bro. He's been there from the jump.
Oh my god. Nathan says, funniest thing is Petrov holding up Alonso on 59 laps, old tires, killing him winning the championship in 2010. That was wrong in behavior from Petrov. Was that Vitali? That was wrong in behavior.
Renault. Come on.
Yeah, Renault were moving mad. Man pitted one lap and never again. And Alonso still couldn't overtake. The Ferrari was a piece of garbage in 2010. Let's be very, very clear. The track was garbage as well.
Still garbage.
If McLaren weren't World Drivers' Championship or Constructors contenders in 2024, Lando's dad will buy out his contract. You could be right. Well, how long is his contract till? 25? Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. But let's just hope Oscar's good as well.
Let's hope and pray, man. Let's hope and pray. Lewis had a few. So Hussein says Lewis had a few howlers in 2012, but reliability was the bigger howler for sure, no doubt about it. Nate says, Pete, let's be honest. NKT guys, I'm not a young guy anymore, bro. I don't know these codes anymore, bro. What's it called? Not much to talk about McLaren. Okay. Not much to talk about McLaren. Your team is pants this year, respectfully. No doubt about that. Only positive for your team is ability to get sponsors. Hey, we are the sponsor kings, blood. Where's our new sponsor this week, bro? We've had a great weekend.
It's only Tuesday. Calma. The time zones, Japan and that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Forgiveness.
by the time you wake up in the morning, Krispy Kreme on the side of the whip.
It's a Krispy Kreme settings, blood. You know the ones, bro. Hey, in fact, what am I talking about? Did you see McLaren's tweet today of like the Michigan sort of college
Mitchell
football
Ennis.
logo?
Hey, listen, I'm getting that ASAP.
Are you getting it? Yeah.
I fuck with Mitchell Ennis, man. I've got the throwback jerseys and that. I need that, bro. They got the baseball jacket. Man's rocking that.
Froey.
Middle top like £900.
Yeah, that's I'm not looking to see what the full price is. I'm just gonna be clicking tabs on clearance on F1 store, bro. Refresh. Elliot says McLaren had the third fastest car in 2010 and Lewis nearly won, possibly the most underrated title challenge in F1 history. I gotta go watch that back then. Because I don't know why.
I watched it. Elliot knows. The car weren't fast, but Lewis was cooking. That's why his head was fried in 2011. That's why he's driving like a madman in 2011.
Madman in 2011.
If you watch all the interviews in 2011, Lewis was
losing the plot.
He was like, I've had enough of this team.
Was Scherzinger there as well? Was Nicole about like that as well?
I don't know, bro. He was maybe he's getting straight. This is pre-hairline up Lewis. You get me? Pre-turkey Lewis. I'm gonna say this: if there's anybody from McLaren watching, I have no McLaren merch. Send me McLaren merch, guys.
Please, hey, listen, McLaren, bro.
All I have is a McLaren mug, and that represents me, the mug.
There was, boy.
You get me? But
there was, boy.
I ain't got no merch.
Nah, but I got a couple things. Set me back a
few
pounds.
I'm not gonna
lie. Hey, you see what I turned up in on last lap, blood.
You got the hoodie in that. I see that,
blood. What? But it set me a few pounds back still, so I got to recover before Christmas and that. Them recovery settings, and I just got married, so I'm in the mud right now. What's it called? To be honest, 2012 was more of a McLaren howler. That car was rapid, but had zero reliability. That car stresses me out. 2012, it stresses me out, man. Honestly.
Lewis, how many times aficionados? How many times did Lewis blow up when I was in the lead? That was fuming, man. My head was gone. Singapore, my head was gone, man.
Singapore, my head, bro. When he walked away, looking back at that car,
he was in the lead.
I said, I swear down, Lewis, if you leave me, I won't forgive you for a year. And believe me, in 2013, I drank in every vein was hooked when Lewis had a stinker over 2013 in Mercedes. I was all in that, bruv. Hoping Sergio Perez would do something for us in the McLaren, bro. Oh, hard times, man. Hard times. Uze says, I think Leclerc is a rough diamond and he's taking time for him to smoothen out. I think he might be the quickest driver right now, or at least in the discussion. He makes more mistakes than not, though. I don't know this year. You know, because I was thinking to myself, I'm debating: is he the fastest qualifier driver there is, or was the car just so set up for quali races, for qualies?
No, he's very quick qualifier. He's a very quick qualifier.
I don't remember him last year.
So was Maldonado.
Like I don't remember him last year like that for some reason. When the car's not great, what is he really saying? But you know, that's not a stick to beat him with. Believe me, that's not.
In 2019, he was cooking.
19, he was cooking for sure, but the car was good.
Oh my lord.
The car was good in 19. Yeah. Kwame says, speaking of a serious teams, when McLaren became a works team, they will do bits. Till then, they will be the best of the rest.
It's like I said, it's impossible to win a championship when you're a works team. So that's why I was kind of disappointed with the whole Audi situation.
Yeah.
BMW have now said they're not coming in.
What are you saying, Honda? Like, if Honda want to come back like 2026, what are you saying?
Yeah, but then they'll have to stop supplying Red Bull, no?
Well, Red Bull, what happened to their trains? Their power trains.
It's a mask. They revealed the mask like Sting, bruv. They said, yo, it was me the whole time, bruv. You get me?
Me the whole time, bro. No, it's true. You have to be the works team. You have to be a works team to win the
I don't know, man. Yo, was it Elon Musk come through with the Tesla engines, man?
True, my dog.
Something comes.
Kwame says, when was the last time, apart from Red Bull with Renault, has a works team won a constructors? Guessing Williams in the 90s.
Red Bull won the team. Oh no, apart from Red Bull.
But even like maybe
Mercedes, Red Bull, innit? No, McLaren.
McLaren, but then there was no Mercedes.
No, but
you know what I'm saying?
No, but there was other Mercedes engine teams, no? In 2017, in 2007. No, but then we didn't even win the constructors. Oh Lord, I've just remembered.
In 08, like what other Mercedes team was
we
there?
didn't win constructors in 06. We ain't won constructors since 99, bro. I just remembered because now I'm not asking them questions, man.
I lied, no, for real. Bun this, man.
Man.
Russell's good, but I need to see him in a title fight. Lewis is past his peak. You think he's past his peak?
Who's that? Wait. What?
Russell's good. Let me read this again. Russell's good, but I need to see him in a title fight. No problem. Lewis, who is past his peak, is still better than him. 100%. I'm not sure he's past his peak.
He's not past his peak, but Lewis is definitely better than him.
Oh, facts. Russell is worse than Lando for sure. Makes more errors than Lando. Hey, come on, man.
Yeah, that's why I said Lando's better. I'm not even. It's
not even a bias
before we used to entertain discussions between who's better, Leclerc or Max Verstappen. I'm not even entertaining discussions who's better, Leclerc or Lando anymore. I'm not even entertaining that conversation.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm not entertaining anymore. You might be thinking I'm setting up Lando right now, but I don't give a damn.
Hey man, Lando, come true, blood. You know what I'm saying? Be easy on Charles, says Nate. Of all his fumbles, most are due to team strategy. Half Japan, half Singapore are his fault. The others are down to the pony team strategy department. Yes, but he takes out those mistakes of his own.
Wait. Most of them are team strategy. France, half Japan, half Singapore are his fault. What about Imola, mate? When he's chasing down Sergio Perez, couldn't overtake him the whole race.
Was France another one?
Into the wall.
France comes to mind. Why? Why does France come to mind?
What about Miami when he was chasing Max down and was making errors and just got out of the DRS again and couldn't catch up?
What about last week when he just decided to not close that gap and still finished?
He said half Singapore, half Japan, but what about Imola?
What's half Japan? What's half Japan?
It was full Japan. What you mean half Japan?
Yeah, what's half Japan?
You had one corner, mate.
Yeah.
Tired they got not. If I could see Lewis Hamilton go around corner a whole lap with 3 tires, you could go around one corner with some bald inters. I'm sorry.
Absolutely. And Nathan said Red Bull got bounces for pit crew. Listen, you need to get in the gym, blood. You know what I'm saying? Strength, resistance training, blood. Because that man are carrying what? Carrying huge tires, bro. That's a madness in East Anglia. McLaren is not a serious team. They invited James Corden. Oh, God.
All right. There, man. All right. God. Put us there on a timer because he's triggering guy right now, man. We were there that weekend. If you want to see our reaction to James Corden, go see the Miami episode.
Yeah. We were buzzing. Listen, McLaren was on that stuff, man. They couldn't help themselves. I'm worried about this Austin Saturday Americas, mate, because I know they're gonna get up to some no good, bruv. They're gonna get up to no good. When I
see Daniel in that cowboy hat, pack it in. We're done.
Ron Dennis is a criminal. Left you, man, in the 90s when other teams were moving to the 21st century. Oh man, said no, not that one. The fully 555 livery. Oh, what's the fully 555 livery? What was it like? The one with like the world, like the Earth on it? There was like a green. There was a blue and green one. Or there was another 555. I'm trying to remember what the other 555 was.
That's the Heal the World livery. The Heal the World livery, bro.
Hey, I need to watch this season back. BAR was a freaking joke. Kwame says, kind of like Arsenal when Wenger or United when Fergie left. They're struggling only now.
Hey, Fergie knew United's time was up and he ducked out. He knew,
bro. He did. Hey, Generous Dave in the building. What's going on, my G? Man said the weekend was a farce, blood. Hey, so much went wrong. So much went wrong.
They spoke about the FAA like that, but they're joking. Not even about what they did this weekend.
You know what?
If you want to hear what our thoughts are, go to the last lap pod.
Absolutely. Go to the last lap episodes. They're on YouTube. We spoke in depth about that. The FIA needs to leave Formula One. That's my opinion. And Formula One needs to cut tires. Just cut them. It's time to bounce, bro.
The FIA are running it like Vince McMahon. What can I say? How can I look my friends in the eye and say this ain't WWE? How can I look my friends in the eye and say this?
You should see how I'm getting mugged off at work, blood, about Formula One. I'm getting mugged off, blood. They're like, what? You're telling me I should sit there and watch 4 hours of that? I said, listen, blood, like, I can't tell you what happens when it rains. You know what I'm saying? He goes, no, explain to me why I found out when Max found out that he was the champion. How comes I found out before Max did? I said, man, this is mad. I can't lie. That Singapore Grand Prix was fuming, man. Leaked data on Twitter.
I know what you're talking about. When he leaked buttons. Hey, listen, Lewis Hamilton back in the day on Twitter was mad. I was on Twitter them times as well. He was moving crazy.
God.
Hey, F1 Twitter is nothing like how it was back then.
Back in the day, I was not aware, bro. I was not aware, guys. We need to wrap this up though for sure because we've got an hour and 20. So I'm going to do these last few comments that have come in now. Hussein says, let's be honest, Leclerc realized that Ferrari ain't that team, and I think he's a broken man. Yeah, that'll be the smartest decision he's made if he gets up sticks and leaves, bro.
Bro, if he up sticks and leaves and goes to, I don't know, Red Bull or Mercedes, that's a good move for him.
That's a good move for sure. Oscar says, Hussein says, Oscar hasn't been in the car yet. What's going on? Abu Dhabi in it. Obviously, Alpine are trying to just hold man hostage, blood. They're not going to feed him. They're going to friggin' make sure he doesn't see any daylight. They're trying
let him go, man. Let him go, man. They're not even letting him drive their car, so he's just not driving.
He's just not driving. Lewis will be the only driver to win after 300. Do you know what I mean? It's a mad thing. Is Russell better than 2021 Gasly?
Look, right now, yes, definitely.
What? Well, is that a serious question?
I told you Nathan's not a serious guy, man. Every week I told you this guy's not a serious guy.
He says Russell's a fraudster.
All right. We'll see what we've seen.
Hussein says Russell's definitely...
the shouts to say Russell's better than Hamilton, them shouts
were outrageous.
Over-exaggerated.
Russell is definitely better than Gasly. Gasly isn't hungry enough. Man's been starving at AlphaTauri. Let's see how he gets on. I agree with you. Let's see how he gets on at the Alpine. Nate says Tire Deg has killed the pony team. Japan car was degrading, so he slowed down. I think passing a Red Bull is hard. They have the better car. Imola, I forgot. France, he crashed. That's what I'm saying, isn't
it? Just don't get dunked on the first
Listen,
corner.
it's not been all his fault. Listen, Ferrari are the biggest clown show that we know. They're the Keystone Cops. However, Leclerc hasn't actually necessarily done it all, given it his all, where you're like, he's missed out on a title here. How many points do you think he's left on the table? Mistakes-wise. Because I genuinely think if they don't make, obviously they don't make up. I think they had the better car this year, and still lost.
Let's say that if they didn't have the strategy issues and they didn't have the engine blowups and stuff like that, and we were like 10 points between them right now. Let's say even if Leclerc was 10 points ahead of Verstappen right now, I'd still bet Verstappen to win.
I'd back Verstappen,
because I would say Leclerc's got a mistake in it.
Yeah,
and the top guys, especially when they're leading of a race, do not bin it. I'm sorry. It's unheard.
Jan, big up Jan, who's in the building, says for a 33-year-old, I think Danny's behavior is quite childish and pretty cringe. He actually annoys the hell out of me. Wowzer. Danny Rick, bruv. Listen, if you're rejecting Williams and Haas seats right now, Danny, you need to hold that. If I hear you in a Mercedes reserve driver, if I hear he's a Mercedes reserve driver next year, like man's Nick De Vries, blood, yeah, or like Esteban Ocon when he was struggling for a seat, I don't know what to say. I'll be like, he doesn't even deserve a drive if that's what's happening. It says, I missed the era of Twitter where drivers were just saying whatever came to mind. Yeah, man. But the thing is, it's 2020, bruv. It's 2020. If Gasly packs Russell while at Alpine, then boy, listen, it's not gonna happen.
That's not reality. That will never happen.
Did you hear what you said? Did you even hear what came out your mouth there? Yeah. If Gasly packs Russell while at Alpine, that's a sentence that needs dissecting in many ways. Alpine can't get a car to finish a race more often than not, right? There's no way an Alpine car will ever finish ahead of a Mercedes car. Let's be serious. And then Gasly and Russell, listen, Gasly will do good in that Alpine, and Alpine, it's just that Alpine will let him down, like it let Alonso down, like it's let Ocon down. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't worry, you'll see. Okay, Nathan, we're gonna hold you to that. We're gonna hold you to that next season. I'm gonna remember these times. Yeah,
you better be in the stream.
You better be in the stream next year, bro. Because I swear, if I see Gasly nil point, if I see the French nil point,
you better have a Gasly agenda. What's wrong with you, cuz?
Uzair says you take away Ferrari's mistakes, Leclerc still has a shot at the title. You take away Leclerc's mistakes, he still has no chance. Yes, there is more Ferrari mistakes than there are Leclerc's. I agree. There are more.
Yeah, I agree that. But I'm just saying, even if it was squeaky mom time, we'd lose.
I said I'll be here, front line, front line. All right, last comment coming from AB Olawalafi. I don't know if I've said that right, bro. I literally just read that fast. FIA needs to update their rule book. It's too confusing. We said it here on this show. 1 page. I could fit every rule in 1 page. Let it be size font, 9.5, but nonetheless, 1 page. Because it's a friggin' fast, bro. We never know what to do. We never know what's going on. We never know what's happening when it comes to these situations. Bro, we barely spoke about the race, but let's get your driver ratings out of 10. Let's start with Lando Norris.
Lando Norris, he was ill. We mustn't forget it was raining. Guys, mustn't forget it was raining. I'm gonna give him 5. This is the lowest rating he's getting this year. It's poor.
So wait, this is his worst race of the year.
Yeah, this is the worst race of the year. This is the worst race in a long time. But
yeah,
that's because even when he was sick last time, he was in Spain. He was cooking.
He finished behind Latifi, blood.
Bro, he was dropping time off Latifi. Latifi was pulling away.
Yeah. No, it's outrageous.
Obviously, we had a strategy, Halo. We're not the car that has the pace like that, so we should have just took the risk and just pitted when Vettel pitted.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna go 6 out of 10. He's still got a point. Do you know what I mean? He's still got in the point. He's still holding it down for McLaren at the end of the day. So out of 10, I'm gonna give Lando Norris a 6. What about Danny Rick?
A 5 as well. There's no distinguishing between the two. Actually, do you know what? I'll give him a 4.5, but just because Daniel.
Yeah, he's getting a 5 from me. 5
because of quality, you didn't get to Q3. But yeah, we're done, guys. The team gets a 5 as well.
I was gonna say team overall rating 5 out of 10. I agree. We've come from behind. We've gone backwards. Yeah. So 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10.
Weekend to forget. But what a weekend to not forget for McLarenFanTV. This is the launch, guys. First stream on the channel. Please like and subscribe. Yes, make sure you smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, and tell a McLaren fan to get onto this channel on YouTube, McLarenFanTV, with our co-hosts Mahad and Peter on pole. Until next time, people. Until next, is the American Grand Prix this weekend? No, it's the weekend after. So we got a break. Okay, so we got a break. But if you want to come on the next show, DM us. DM us at McLarenFanTV on Twitter. The DMs are open, so come on and DM us if you want to be on the show next stream. Until then, people, lights out, man. Big up the McLaren gang in the building. Peace. Big up Uza as per usual.